something of an about-turn, certainly.
It is, Rish. Initially, Tony Abbott had said that the number of refugees would be capped at 13,750. So after some sustained public and media pressure, he's added an additional 12,000 to that figure. The focus, he says, will be on those most in need, persecuted minorities, as well as women and children, including those who have sent temporary refuge in Jordan, Lebanon and Turkey. There's also a plan to contribute an additional $44 million to the UNHCR. Here's what Tony Abbott had to say about that.
Hundreds of thousands of people are in camps and they need urgent assistance. So in addition to these new resettlement places, the government is also announcing that we will directly pay for the support of 240,000 displaced people in countries neighbouring Syria and Iraq through the UNHCR and other agencies.
Well, Australian officials will now head to the Middle East to work with the UNHCR on identifying candidates for resettlement, and those people will undergo the usual security and health screening checks, Rish.
Well, the other thing was this decision to enter that bombing campaign in Syria. Now, how's that going to go down in Australia?
Well, there will be opposition, and there already has been, from the Greens Party. They held a press conference shortly after this announcement opposing it, but it's unlikely to damage Tony Abbott domestically. He does tend to poll very well when he's saying things about national security issues, and he said about this that is very much in Australia's national interests. We have to act with our heads as well as our hearts, he said, and we must stand against those who seek to destroy life. And he's rather fond of referring to Islamic State as the Daesh death cult. He says it can't be defeated in Iraq without trying to defeat it in Syria as well. So that is the logic behind extending the bombing campaign into Syria. He says the Assad regime will not be targeted, though, quote, evil as it is, Rish.